Rock and Roll Geek Show 1038.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name is Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, January 8th, 2021, and it has been about 3 weeks or so since I have done a Rock and Roll Geek Show. I did one before I headed up to the mountain house for the Christmas holidays, and I needed the rest and relaxation. It was nice to take a 2-week vacation. It really was. I spent all the time up there fishing, working on my walk-in cooler, which is just about done, by the way. All I have left, well, I dropped the air conditioner when I was trying to install it by myself. I dropped it and it bent all up. So with the exception of the air conditioner no longer working, I have all the entire thing is built and ready to go. All I need to do is fix the air conditioner or put a new air conditioner in and install the CoolBot. Then my walk-in cooler will be complete, and then I'll have a refrigerated room that I can keep at a 38 to 41 degree temperature and store beer, food. I can hang a deer, hang a squirrel, hang a side of beef. It's going to be nice. It's the ultimate man cave. I mean, what man does not want a walk-in beer cooler? Come on, man. Speaking of beer cooler, let me take a sip of this fine. I'm drinking Modelo in the can. I got them on sale at the Lucky for like $13, and I'm drinking it out of something I bought for myself for Christmas, which I'm gonna find in here, which I talked about on the Mad at Dad, a new Yeti knockoff, which is called it's a Brewmate Hopsolator Trio. It's a double insulated cooler, double insulated, you know what I'm talking about, koozie, except it's taller. You can stick a tall boy in it. You can put a bottle in it, and it also has a cup holder where you can actually put cold or hot drinks in it. But what's really cool about it is at the bottom of it, in order to put a 12-inch beer, there's this little thing that sits in the bottom, and that little thing you put in the freezer, and it's like a little what do you call it? A little freezer. You know those freezer packs, whatever, ice packs that you put in the freezer to keep your cooler cold. Well, this is one about this. It's the circumference of a beer can, and it's about 2 inches high. So you can put a regular 12-ounce can of beer, and this thing sticks in the bottom of the Brewmate Yeti knockoff, or whatever you call it, the Hopsolator Pro, or whatever it's called. What is it called? The Hopsolator Trio. I guess it's trio because it'll hold tall boy, a 12-ounce, or make it a drink, use it as a drink holder. So that thing keeps it even colder. So that's what I'm drinking the Modelo out of. So yeah, what man does not want to have a walk-in beer cooler? And it's even a better beer cooler if there's a deer hanging from the ceiling. All right, so tonight I am going to do my top 10 albums of 2020. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. And Chris Del Grande on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group started this thread. And thank you everybody who entered your top 10s. There is a lot. People say, "Oh, rock is dead," or "There was no good albums in 2020." Bullshit. A lot of the people's list, there are albums that I didn't even know came out. And I'd never even heard of some of these bands, like High Spirits, who I played on the last Rock and Roll Geek Show, which is good. A lot of bands put out albums, and it was impossible for me to narrow it down to a top 10. So I have a lot of ties in here, you know how that goes. I got like 19 songs in this playlist, so I got to kind of weed them out as I'm going along. So there's going to be a few ties, and I could probably change the list next week, and it might be a little bit different, but to the best of my ability, and people were turning me on to albums like the last week. Like there's one song that Sandy Hyde turned me on to, one band that's on my list. It moved all the way up to like number 6. It's like a fucking great album. So, and he also sent me another band that's going to get an honorable mention, which I couldn't. I just could not narrow this thing down to 10. So I could have, everything. So criticize the list if you want, but I think it's a pretty good list. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Before we do that, I want to thank somebody who sent me a nice package here. Chris Capel, the rock and roll copywriter. I did a opening with Butler's Mail on the last Mad at Dad. So I've already opened this package. So I'm not going to bullshit you and act like I'm opening it again. But Chris Capel sent me a bunch of stuff from his favorite. I'm guessing this is his favorite brewery in Connecticut called the Knott Hill Brewery. Sent me a Knott Hill Brewery sticker, a really high-quality Knott Hill Brewery t-shirt that's my size medium, a Knott Hill Brewery pint glass mug, and this, I'm reaching down and getting it here. We'll get to the top 10 soon, don't worry. And this really cool book. It's a coffee table book called Ultimate Star Guitars Expanded Edition. It's in alphabetical order. Guitar player's guitar. It's like each chapter is in alphabetical order, and it talks about a famous guitar player, or even maybe a not so famous guitar player's guitar. So, for instance, it goes from Chuck Berry. Next on the list after Chuck Berry, it talks about Chuck Berry's. All Chuck Berry's guitars is ES350T. It goes to Richie Blackmore's Fender Stratocaster, and all the way over here, I'm in the ends. Back-to-back chapters, Rick Nielsen, his Hamer 5-neck, custom Hamer 5-neck. After that chapter, Ted Nugent's Gibson Birdland, and it talks about everybody's guitar, and it goes into quite nice detail. A good 2 or 3 pages on everybody's guitar. It goes to Jimmy Page's Fender Telecaster. Then it goes to Jimmy Page's Les Pauls, Jimmy Page's EDS 1275, which is a double neck. Jimmy Page's, that's all. Anyway, it's a great book. And one final thing he sent me was, where is it? Oh, shit, did I just lose it? Oh, an envelope with a note that says, "You haven't had a co-host for a while, and I drew the short straw on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, so it's me. And stay frosty." So he sent me a check for $100. So Chris Capel, I look forward to having you as a co-host on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. I will deposit this check eventually. I'll probably put it on, I don't know. I'll get to it. Thank you so much, Chris Capel. Very generous of you. All right, let's get to the top 10 albums of 2020, according to your friend Michael Butler, tied at number 10. I almost forgot to put this on my list, but several people had it on the list. Mike Cranston had this on his list, a few other people, I think. 999, I almost forgot they put out an album. There was a lot of good albums came out this year, man. In this year of this bullshit disease, or whatever you want to call it, bullshit virus. I'm not saying the virus is bullshit. I'm saying the circumstances is bullshit, and we're going through some bullshit lives. Our lives have become bullshit with this virus. You know what I'm saying? This fucking virus. Let's just change it from bullshit to fucking virus. In the year of this fucking virus, you would think there'd be no good music, but there is a lot of music that came out. Coming in at number 10, tied at number 10, 999, Bish, Bash, Bosch.
going by singing the blues. But now I know it's something and it's you I accuse. Don't wanna know. I don't want you, you gotta go. Because I don't wanna know. I want you to know. I don't wanna know. Telling me lies, but I didn't see. It's all over now, it's just got to be. Took me some time to adjust to the light. I'm telling you now, get out of my sight. Don't wanna know. I don't want you, you gotta go. Because I don't wanna know. I want you to know. I don't wanna know. Never off the phone and always online. So full of nothing, didn't see the sign. But now you be dancing to a different tune. Get out of my life, you better make it soon. Don't wanna know. I don't want you, you gotta go. Because I don't wanna know. I want you to know. I don't wanna know. Don't wanna know. Don't wanna know. Don't wanna know.
There you go. 999, one of my favorite bands of all time. And when I did my top 10 bass players, their bass player was one of my top 10 influences. And I'm glad they're still making music. I saw them in San Francisco about maybe 15 years ago. They played at this place called The Pound, and they were still great. All right. I'm gonna do tied for number 10. When I play the band that's tied for number 10, I'm gonna thank some people who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because I haven't thanked people in a while, and it means a lot to me that you donate to the show. So it's very important to me that you get thanks. So coming in tied at number 10, Chrissie Hynde and the Pretenders. I don't know if you heard this album or not. It's not a great album, but for Chrissie Hynde still putting out music, and it's probably the most angst-filled album that she's done in quite a while. I like the album. It's in my top 10 with about several ties. All right. So while I'm thanking while I'm thanking the people who support the Rock and Roll Geek Show, here is my tied for number 10, The Pretenders. Oh, the album's called Hate for Sale. Okay. There are several ways you can donate to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. One, you can go to patreon.com/R&R Geek like the following people did. By the way, speaking of Chris Del Grande, who started the thread on the Rock and Roll Geek Show, I apologize, Chris, for calling you out on the show. I was kind of busting balls on the last episode. But Chris is, something happened with his PayPal, and he stopped getting, the donations stopped coming through. So I thought he bailed on the show. And when I said that, Joe Pawlak stepped up and raised his donation from $6.66 to $16.66. So thank you, Joe Pawlak, my bodyguard. And Chris Del Grande, I apologize for putting you on the spot on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. That was not my intentions. My intentions was to make humor out of losing a listener. Tim Schall, $15. Kirk Crawford, $12.77. Joseph Coyne, $10. Dan Gerawan, $10. Cole Thornton, $7.77. Michael Street, my good friend Michael Street, $7.50. My podcast mentor and co-host of the Mad at Dad podcast, and affectionately known as the Rock and Roll Angel. If you listen to the last Mad at Dad, you'll know why his handle has changed. Thank you to... All right, I'm losing it. He donated $5.55. Thank you to Steve Trice, Steve T, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Erik Klein, $5. Fred and Ginny Bunke, $5. Steve Scouller, $5. Rodney Cross, $5. Grant Farquhar, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Marshall York, $5. Brad Shick, $5. Mike Brown, one of my oldest friends in the world, and the guy I used to go to concerts with all the time when I was a little kid. $5. Betty Wood, $5. A girl on this list? Yes. Brian Springer, $5. Chiaki Hinohara, my good friend of the Metal Moment podcast and the Japanese Metalhead Show, one of my dearest friends, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Ken Kennedy. Ken Kennedy, $5. Derek Coward, $3. Chad Burns, $2.50. Paul Roub, $2.25. Ben Geddes, $2. Paul Smith, $2. Adrian Boschan, Bosch Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do approve. People just got to answer 2 questions so that I know you are not one of those evil Trump supporters who rioted. Patrick Shanahan, $2. Bruce McMillan, $2. Mike Dixon, $2. Eric Stowell, $2. Matthew Hunt, $2. Paul Underwood, $2. Maker of Underwood's Fine Barbecue Sauce, Erik the Rock and Roll Plebe, $1.42. Mark Mazzi, $1. Amy Bowen, $1. Arnie Stats, $1. Three Legs. All right, let's another Pretenders. Hate for Sale. The title track. Mark Mazzi, $1. Oh, start over. Okay. Mark Mazzi, $1. Amy Bowen, $1. Arnie Stash, $1. Three Legs, Four Wheels, $1. John Richardson, $1. Corey Kohler, $1. I take a sip of this fine Modelo in my Brewmate knockoff to all of the Patreon donors. You can also just go to rockandrollgeek.com and hit the donate thing, and it'll donate link. It'll tell you how to get to Patreon, but it's patreon.com/RNRGeek. You can also go to PayPal. The following people donated on PayPal. Rodney Cross with a $100 birthday donation. Thank you, Rodney Cross. You saved the show this week. Also saving the show, John Morgan with $100. Michael Street, another donation, my $59 birthday donation. I have a feeling that I'm missing some people, and I need to log into my fucking other PayPal. Oh, I'm screwing up here. I'm screwing up. I gotta log into my other PayPal. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, I forgot my fucking password. I'll let the Pretenders play while I'm finding it. So predictable.
Hate for sale. He won't get hung or go to jail. He's got a curly tongue and a curly tail. He's got a curly tongue and a curly tail.
All right. I'm on there now. Okay. All right. Kirk Crawford with a $50 donation. Thank you, Kirk Crawford. Kirk Crawford also came in with a $59 birthday donation. Kirk Crawford, you saved the show, friend. Thank you to Adam Bruchet, $25. We got one more song? Uh-oh, I gotta hurry. I gotta blaze through this. Adam Bruchet, $25. Richard Strom, $20. Elodie Johns, My First Girlfriend, $20. Greg Brofer, $20 birthday donation. Douglas Free, $20. Richard Fusey, $20. Richard Fusey came in another $10.77. Dave Jackson, the School of Podcasting, $10. Blake Johnson, $10. Daniel Segan, $10. Jason Shepard, $10. Jeff and Sherry Thielaliki, $10. Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. Richard Fusey came in with another, pardon me, on Bourbon's Fine Modelo, $10. Chris Atherton, $10. BJ Lisco, $10. Todd Cunningham, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. James Venners, $10. James Venners, thank you, friend. Dave Franco, $10. Benjamin Muller, $5. Brett Garski, $5. And he's back. Christopher Del Grande, $5. He's back. Thank you, Chris Del Grande. Jace Lesniewski, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Eric Lentz, $5. Tim Smith with a $5 birthday donation. Michael Williams, $5. Robert Giglio, $5. Dale Roller, $5. Andrew Howe, $5. Gerald Carroll, $5. Robert Scott, $5. Peter Spark, $5. John Offenloch, $5. William Moffat, $2. Lassie Satvidhagen, $2. Jason Wendleton, $2. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2. Bradford Page, $2. And finally, Adam Bruchet, $2. Thank you to everybody who donated to the Rock and Roll Geek Show this month. You are my heroes. I take a sip of the last sip of this first Modelo to everyone who donates to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled, removed from the White House with a bullet in his head kind of death.
The same for anyone. Never understanding when other people told me this city oozes romance like arms to hold me. I just heard traffic rushing past, everything going too fast, everything going too fast. Maybe love is in New York City, the rest streets might lead me to it. I'm in the Barcelona, dreaming Hong Kong. If it was here, I never knew it. It was here all along.
There you go. Tied for number 10 on the Rock and Roll Geek Top 10 Albums of 2020. I just remembered that I have no more beers in this cooler. The 12-pack I just bought is in the other refrigerator. So let's go to number 9. I know at least one person shares this on the list, Michael Street. And I just gave this album a really strong listen this past week when I was studying to find my cramming, you could say, to put together this list. And this album is a really good album. Warner E. Hodges from Jason and the Scorchers and Dan Baird's band, and I believe he's in the Bluefields as well. But speaking of Bluefields, there's a lot of honorable mentions, and the Bluefields should be on that honorable mention. Let's do the honorable mentions now, okay? Where am I here? Honorable mentions should go. This is in no way a complete honorable mentions list. Another thing, A lot of people had Ace Frehley's album on there. That's disqualified from my top 10 list because I do not put covers albums on my top 10 list. I don't put live albums on the top 10. I don't put compilation albums of previously unreleased songs on my top 10. I only put albums that are current recordings of bands like so I could not put the Tom Petty album. A lot of people had that on their list. Some people had Rose Tattoo on their list. That's re-recorded songs or I think it's re-recorded songs. So those albums don't qualify in mine, but we'll give honorable mention to the Bluefields. Honorable mention to my good friend MC Conky Tonk, although that's not a rock album, deserves an honorable mention because Casey's ambition in that album and the amount of creativity put in that album is way more than I could ever hope to do. So Casey Crenshaw, a.k.a. MC Conky Tonk, you have my kudos, friend. So that's an honorable mention. Honorable mention should go to High Spirits, like I said before, who are not on my top 10, but it's a decent album. Honorable mentions go to the Dangerines. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Dangerines or Dangerines. Sent to me by Sandy Hyde, who had shared a lot of my top 10 on his top 10. Honorable mention go to, I guess, the Super Suckers, although I'm not crazy about that guy's voice. Honorable mention goes to Testament, Wildlife. British Lions should get an honorable mention. Where's my list here? I put an initial list. British Lion, Steve Harris's band. Where's my Evernote here? Hold on. I have my Evernote list. Because there's more people on this list that didn't make my top 10, but deserve an honorable mention. Tennessee Champagne. I don't know if you remember the Dog Days of Podcast. Well, I put Tennessee Champagne up against the Room Sounds, and that Tennessee Champagne album was really good. It did not make my top 10, but it deserves an honorable mention. Baby Chaos deserves an honorable mention. I didn't even know they had an album that came out this year. Not up to the par of their first two albums, which I think are two of my favorite albums of all time. Did not make it to the top 10, but it deserves an honorable mention. Like I said, British Lion, surprisingly, way better of an album than their first one. Their first album completely sucked. This album's way better, a lot more metal, I guess more Iron Maiden-ish. X deserves an honorable mention. Strong album by them, although I'm not a huge X fan. Bob Mould deserves an honorable mention. Didn't make my top 10, but good album. The thing that kills Bob Mould, his songs are good, but the production on his albums always sucks, in my opinion. So he didn't make the top 10, but deserves an honorable mention. Those are just some of the honorable mentions. And all right. Coming in at number 9, Warner Hodges from Jason and the Scorchers. This is the heart of compared to the last album, which came out maybe it was either last year or the year before. That was also in my top 10. That album was like Eddie Van Halen of Southern rock. This one is a lot more, I guess you can say bluesy, a little bit. Not really. Bluesy's not the right. Little more mid-tempo. Here is The Hard Way by Warner E. Hodges. The album is called Gunslinger. Number 9 on the Rock and Roll Geek Top 10 albums of 2020, give or take a few. could you not like that? Southern rock AC/DC. Warner Hodges, one of the greatest living guitar players of our time. That was good. That was either between that one or Back in Town, which is also a great tune. There's a song, and there's an instrumental that closes that album called Homage. The guitar playing is out of this world. All right. That was number 9. Was that number 9? Yeah, we had a two-way tie for number 10. That was number 9. Coming in at number 8, it's a tie for number 8. This, Sandy Hyde also had this on his list. There might have been one or two other people who had this band on their list. I almost forgot about this album because it came out so early in the year. This album came out around the same time as this whole pandemic shit started, like back in February or March. The band is called The Wild. I don't know really where they're. Are they a Canadian band? I'm not sure. So don't take my word for that because I'm probably wrong. They put out an album 1 or 2 years ago that was way more AC/DC sounding than this album. This album is more straight ahead rock, and I like it a lot more. I like the first one too, but this one is. They seem to have. This is kind of a cliche thing to say, but they seem to have grown into their own. I like this album a lot. The band is called The Wild with an exclamation point. WILD exclamation point. This song is called Young Rebels.
When you're growing up, you can't wait to be old. It's never enough, and you can't go slow. But you gotta believe. The stream and into the cold. Things get tough, we never fold. And you gotta believe me, it's not easy. And baby, you're good. All you got is gold. Running wild all night, still living like we're kinda dying. And we're still drinking in the morning sun. We're young rebels running all over town. Hey, young rebel, don't let it bring you down. They can't. We're young rebels running all over town. Hey, young rebel. We're young rebels running all over town. Hey, young rebel, don't let it bring you down.
There you go. Tied at number 8, The Wild, Young Rebels. Entire album's good. All right. Tied at number 8. Coming also in at number 8. I know at least one other person had this on their list. I believe Michael Street had this band on his list. The band is called Tokyo Motor Fist. Now, I was not expecting to like this, but it's not even really up my alley, but it's kind of like melodic. I guess it's called melodic rock. I don't know what this genre is, but and the lineup on paper is not something I would like. The singer for Danger Danger, I'm not a fan of Danger Danger. I do like. Let's see. Who else is in the band? The guy from, let's see, Danger. One guy. No, the singer's from Trickster. Danger. The singer. Wait a minute. Hold on. I don't know. One guy plays in Trickster. One guy plays in Danger Danger. One guy is Ted Nugent's bass player. What's his name? Greg Smith, who also played in with Wendy O. Williams. And the drummer from Rainbow, Chuck Berge. I don't know much about any of these guys, but the album is super catchy, surprisingly. Here's Tokyo Motor Fist coming in tied at number 8 on the Rock and Roll Geek. How's Casey Kasem do it? Tied at number 8 on the Rock and Roll Geek. Top 10 albums of 2020, give or take 5 or 6. Here's Tokyo Motor Fist with Around Midnight.
Don't need no company. This time around we go for everything. Her parents think she's dreaming. I've got too much to say. They won't know anything. It's our escape. We light up the sky with firelight and let it blow. With no authority, this darkened sky was made for you and me. We'll race the blackened highway, a lifetime in a day. They can't say anything, it's our getaway. We light up the sky with firelight and let it blow.
There you go. Tokyo Motor Fist. There's no denying that hook. That was tied at number 8. All right, we're up to number 7 now. It's going to be hard to narrow all these bands down to the top 7, or all these albums down to the top 7. So, tied at number 7. A couple of people had this album on their list. I think this is an Australian group called the Casanovas. Reptilian Overlord is the name of the album. Somebody sent me, the person who sent me this. I'm sorry if I don't remember who sent me this. I don't mean to come off as an asshole. Say, oh, I don't remember. I got so many people listening to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, and so many people send me stuff I can't even remember because I'm so a big star. No, I don't remember because I'm just a fucking idiot and my brain goes in a million different directions. So I apologize for not remembering who sent it to me. But thank you, the person who did not send it, because that would have just been wrong. Thank you to the person who did not send it. I know a couple of people, Lars Lunova had this on his list, and I think a couple more people did as well. Casanova's Reptilian Overlord. Here's Midnight Crisis, or excuse me, Midnight Crisis. What a fuck. See, I am an idiot. This song is called Midlife Crisis from the Casanovas, tied at number 7 on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, or Facebook group. See, I'm only a beer and a half into the show, too, friends. The Rock and Roll Geek Top 10 of 2020, give or take 7 or 8. There you go. Tied at number 7, the Casanova's Midlife Crisis. Reminds me a little bit of the Helicopters, and I like that a lot. All right. Also tied at number 7, at least 2 people have this on their list that are on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, at least on this thread. I think there might be a couple of threads, but this is the one I'm following right now. Pardon me, I'm burping. It was fine, Modelo. That's in my Brewmate koozie. I know Jim Schwab has this on his list, and I think Peter Spark has this on his list as well. I did a track-by-track of this album. Hank Von Hell, the album is called Dead, not nearly as good as the one that came out before that, but still good enough to be on my top 10 list. I think that last Hank Von Hell was up in my top 5. Tied at number 7, Hank Von Hell, the album's called Dead. Here is Velvet Hell. There you go. Tied at number 7. Hank Von Hell. That's a great tune. Probably the best song of the album. That's good. I remember what I gave that album. It was I did a track by track. Let me see if I can find it. What I gave that. I have on my front of me the ones that I did a track by track on from here. I have a couple. There's a couple I did from the Mountain House, but I did a track by track of Jesper Benzer, Blue Oyster Cult, which probably deserves an honorable mention as well. I did a Struts. That ain't on the top list. Ace Frehley at AC/DC. Hank Von Hell. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's a pretty strong, pretty high number. Also did Deep Purple Wish, 7 out of 13. Didn't make the top 10, but honorable mention to them as well. Also reviewed Thunder Mother, which was high up on there too. Will they be on the list? I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? All right, number 6. One of the things that I judge that I go back and I think, well, have I listened to the... Well, okay. This album is number 6 on my list. Stands alone because I've listened to it many times, and it always puts a smile on my face. It's not necessarily the most rocking album, but something about it is so charming that I have to smile every time I hear it, and I find myself coming back to this album a lot. It is Sparks, a steady drip, drip, drip. Deborah J, I think it was Deborah J. Yes, there are girls who are in the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. She has this on her list at number 5, or at number, does she have this on her list? No, she does not have. Yes, she has this number on her list at number 6. A lot of the songs on the albums on Deb J's list, I had to disqualify it from mine because, well, first off, she put Ace Frehley covers album on there. She also has Warner Hodges on there, though. That's good. Cherie Curry, she has Boulevards of Splendor on there. I guess technically that album came out officially this year, but Michael Street and I did a track by track on it at least a year ago. Maybe even more. She also has the Wild Hearts 30-Year Itch as number 1 of hers, which is a live album, so that disqualifies that. It is a great live album, though. Here is Sparks. I'm putting my favorite song. There's every song in there makes me smile, and especially when you see not Russell Mel, but Ron. Which one's the keyboard player? I think Ron. Is it Ron or Russ? I don't know. The guy with the mustache. I think Ron. Or is it Russell? I don't know. But when you see him read, do a spoken word of the lyrics, it makes me like the album even more. Here's Lawnmower from Sparks. A steady drip, drip, drip.
I'm pushing on my lawnmower, lawnmower. I'm pushing on my lawnmower, lawnmower. I'm pushing on my lawnmower, lawnmower. The morning it's my lawnmower, lawnmower. The afternoon my lawnmower, lawnmower. The evening it's my lawnmower, lawnmower. The neighbors looking all at my lawnmower. With jealousy and awe at my lawnmower. Boschan, Boschan, Boschan.
There you go. By themselves at number 6, Sparks. A steady drip, drip, drip. I like that a lot. All right, the next band I had never even heard of before 2 weeks ago. When I was looking at the people who put up everybody's lists, Sandy Hyde gave his top 10 list, and then he came back and said, "Oh, I forgot about this band." And I said, "Oh, I'll give this band a listen. Why not?" And the band is called The Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. And I'll give it a listen. Why not? I'll get on Amazon Music and give it a listen. They fucking blew my mind. It is like the greatest punk rock I have heard in a long time, and it really made me feel good. And it shot all the way up to number 5, which I had to do a tie of number 5 because there's so many bands on. They could sit by themselves, but I'm running out of room, so I got them as tied at number 5. The band is called The Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. If you're a fan of really angry punk rock, this band get this album. It's called Algorithm and Blues. He says their last album's Sandy Hyde says their last album's even better than this. I have not listened to that because I was so focused on trying to get this list together. This album, really, I was really impressed with it. The song I picked is Staying with the Trouble. I'm not sure if that's the one that I wanted to be on here, but the album starts off with a ripoff of Thunderstruck, and it is a badass song that it starts off with. I don't think this is the one that starts off with, but this song is called Staying with the Trouble. The Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. Thank you, Sandy Hyde, for turning me on to this band, friends. There you go. The Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. I think they're from Norway or somewhere up around there. I think Norway, but they are referred to up there as GBZ. GBZ, Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. That album, man, if you like, that's probably the most pop-sounding song on the album. If you like good punk rock, man, it is. Take my word for it. It is a fucking great album. It could actually, if I listen to it a lot more, it might go higher up on my top 20 or top 10 of 2020 list. Man, that album is good. All right. Tied at number 5, only because I ran out of room, but this band possibly should have their own spot on the list, but they're an all-girl band, Thunder Mother. Several people have this band on their list. I think Lars Lenova has them on the list. Several people, but it's a great album. Heat Wave, Thunder Mother. I'm going to play... I did the track by track. Where did I give this album? I'm looking on the list here. I give it 11 out of 13. Tied at number 5, here is this girl, Gwenica. I found out about this band a little tied in with Hank Von Hell. I learned about this band through Hank Von Hell because on his album, the singer Guernica, however you pronounce her name, I think that's why they didn't do an interview because I called her Guernica or something, Guernica, or I mispronounced her name, but she's really got a voice that to be reckoned with, I guess you could say. Here's Somebody Love Me, tied at number 5, Thunder Mother.
I'm a rock and roll chick, not a heartless bitch. I'm a giver, not a taker. I'm a rock and roll star, I'm the queen of the bar, and I'd like to see you later. I'm the one with the mic and the flash of the light. You might see me as a goddess, but when the sun goes down and I take off the crown, I'm just a neighbor's daughter. Don't use me, don't fool
There you go. Tied at number 5. Thunder Mother. Man, that girl's got a voice. Whew, woo, she's got a voice. All right. At number 4, probably not. Well, there's better albums, but the new AC/DC album came out at such a time where we really needed AC/DC. Everybody put it on their list. I think just about every list on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, which I did not create, but I do appreciate. Just got to answer 2 questions, so I know you're not a House of Representative person trying to impeach me again. Made everybody. It came out when it was really needed, and when I did the track by track, I was practically having an orgasm on the show. I was so excited to hear Brian Johnson back with the band and Phil Rudd. How could you not have it high on the list? It's number 4 on my list. It's just about number 1 on almost everybody else's list. AC/DC Power Up. I put the most catchy tune on there. All the songs are good. They all sound like AC/DC. What can I say about AC/DC? All their songs sound like AC/DC, and this is probably the most catchy one on the album. And there's better songs, but I picked this one. Through the Mists of Time, AC/DC Power Up. Number 4 on the Rock and Roll Geek Top 10 of 2020, give or take 8 or 9. There you go. AC/DC. That was number 4. All right, we're up to number 3. Several people also had this one on their list. Massive Wagons, House of Noise. Great album, great band. I did track by track of this album too, and I gave it a high number. I'm going to go through everybody who had it on their list, but a lot of people did. Peter Spark did. Did Cole Thornton? I don't think so, but a lot of people did. Cole Thornton had AC/DC, also had 999 on his list. Ragged Saints on his list. I have not listened to that album. I'd probably like that one too. Here's Massive Wagons, number 3. We're almost done with this thing, because not a minute too soon, because I'm losing my voice. Hope I'm not coming down with the Corova. House of Noise, Massive Wagons. This is the title track. At number 3 on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Top 20 or top 10 of 2020, give or take 3 or 4.
Is banging loud in your life. Should I really get out more? Will the party down your street cause a thump in your brain to match your heart and its beat? Oh, cause when your mind unwinds and if you try and remind the noises once that lived there, they are the days of your youth and they were speaking to you, but now it's silence, they've gone elsewhere. I'm just smashing my face into another tomorrow, closing today, go over yesterday's audio, killing some time till I'm flushed out or I'm told to go. I'm only killing some time inside my house of noise, killed by the Klein, killed by the lows and the highs, killing some time till I go deaf in my house of noise. I got it burning inside to scream, you know I'm alive, I've every right to be me. I got a brain but it's dead, a heart that's easily led, I've already mourned but no TV. I'm kicking both of my legs, my arms and banging my head, but nothing seems to be right. I'm lost in life on the road, burning up in a hole. I'd like to bid you all good night. I'm just smashing my face into another tomorrow, closing today, go over yesterday's audio, killing some time till I'm flushed out or I'm told to go. I'm only killing some time inside my house of noise, killed by the climb, killed by the lows and the highs, killing some time till I go deaf in my house of noise. I'm just smashing my face into another tomorrow, closing today, go over yesterday's audio, killing some time till I'm flushed out or I'm told to go. I'm only killing some time inside my house of noise, killed by the climb, killed by the lows and the highs, killing some time till I go deaf in my house of noise. My house of noise, the 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 house of noise.
There you go. Number 3, House of Noise. A lot of people have it on their list. Coming in at number 2 now. We're almost done with this thing. I know Michael Street has this on his list. Sandy Hyde has this band on his list. Great album. Barely missed number 1 until something came out after it. But the Wildlife album, some of the people said they didn't like the album because the singer's voice got on their nerves. But I feel different. I mean, he's got a little bit of a whiny voice, but Man, there's no denying how catchy these tunes are. I believe this is produced by Tuck Smith, isn't it? I think so. I could be wrong. Somehow they're affiliated with Tuck Smith. I know we brought him up on when I had Tuck on the show. Here's Wildlife, Year of the Snake, coming in at number 2. It was either this song or Automatic. I'm going to do an Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Either Crime of the Scene or Automatic. We'll start at Crime of the Scene. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. Catch a bugger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it. All right, here's Automatic from Wildlife, coming in at number 2 on the Rock and Roll Geek Why do I keep saying the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group? On the Rock and Roll Geek Top 10 of 2020, give or take 13 or 14.
Young lovers come and go. I can't take it more than half of the time. I take orders, open to close, but which one of you is gonna take mine? So when you whine and down to who knows when, just so you know you got my blood on the stem. Your kiss and roses, I'm with her, and everyone knows it. You tried just for your first date, that's my hourly wage. Say it with flowers, say you're sorry, and save some romance. Say it with flowers, and circumvent your circumstance. Say what you want, just don't forget our arrangements. I'll be the mouthpiece long as I get the payments. Your kids and roses, I'm with her, and everyone knows it. You tried just for your first date, that's my hourly wage. That's my hourly wage.
There you go, Wildlife, number 2. I'm chatting with Shinbone Star on the Facebook while this show's going on, and I'm enjoying the chat. We're talking about DAD coming to Australia, and he's, well, if this Corona thing ever ends, I'm not going to get into it, but we're talking about maybe me coming out to Australia to see DAD, which... Wow, that would be a dream come true, man. How great would it be to go to Australia? We'll talk about that another time. But speaking of DAD, number 1, Jesper Binzer. The reason I picked this at number 1, besides every song on it is good, this is the most, this album I have listened to more than any other album this year. And it's everything I love in a great rock and roll album. It's got, Jesper Binzer is aging gracefully. It's, I guess you could say it's rock and roll for grown-ups. I don't know, but it's just a fucking great album. Number 1, Save Your Soul from Jesper Binzer. I'm going to play The Heart Will Find Its Way. Before I play this, though, because I'm going to close out after this, my dog is upstairs. I got a dog that's in heat, so I have to sleep upstairs. The wife sleeps downstairs with 2 dogs. I sleep upstairs with the dog that's in heat on the floor of the living room, hardwood floor, in sleeping bags like I'm in a punk rock band on tour. it's pretty tough. I can't wait till this heat is over because I want to get back to my bed. But I have to go up there as soon as I finish doing this show. So I'm going to post this show when I'm done. I will post I will post links to where you can purchase all of these albums in my top 10 albums of 2020, give or take 18 or 19, on the rockandrollgeek.com, so you can purchase these. Support all these artists that I played on the show because most of them are independent except for AC/DC. That being said, so my point is I will post links tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed after I get this thing uploaded tonight, and then I'll get up in the morning and I'll post the links. Thank you for listening, friends. Remember when I told you the last episode that everybody was going to be so glad to get rid of 2020 and 2021 was going to be so much better? Aren't we getting off to a great start? Oh, yeah. It's going to get more interesting. Trust me. I just know it is. If we don't go through a fucking civil war, man, I don't know what's going to happen. But live it up while you can, friends, because who knows when this world could come to an end. Rock and roll is going to save us. It's the only thing left. Only thing left to live for is rock and roll. This has gone fucking crazy. The Corova, everything. It's just gone mad. Thank God for rock and roll. Thank you for listening, friends. rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek. Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. Start over. Find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. Email me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. If you agree with me on this thing, I'm not going to go through that. Let me know what you thought of this top 20 or top whatever list. My favorites of 2020. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Find me on the Facebook, R&R Geek. Sign up for the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. You got to answer just 2 questions. They're very easy questions. The questions are, who's the host of the Rock and Roll Geek Show and what's your favorite album? All right. It's just so I know you're not a bot. Also, you can find me on the Twitter, R&R Geek. I hardly post on Twitter, but I do post occasionally. And you can find me on the Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek Don't Ask. Thank you so much for the donations, friends. They keep the show alive. I will talk to you soon. Here's Jesper Binzer, my #1 album of 2020. Save your soul. I'll talk to you soon, friends.
Wouldn't say a word. I didn't know how to begin. It felt like trouble fenced me in. The
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.